Oh, yeah, there he is, Terence Bud Crawford. You know, Bud, I get fired up to interview you, okay? I want to be the guy who cracks the shell and gets inside on you because nobody does inside the ring, bro.
Right.
Yeah, great chatting with you here. Shawn Porter, Saturday night, pay-per-view. This is where you belong, finally, against a truly elite welterweight. I'm wondering, are you annoyed at all the people sort of like picking apart your resume going, well, that's a B-minus guy he fought. Now he finally gets to fight an A. You know we got to fill podcasts with this kind of chat. Does it ever bother you?
Not at all, because who is they to determine if the guy that I'm fighting is A or a B or a C? You know, they haven't been in the ring with those guys. You know, far as I can see, these guys is undefeated, former world champions or world champions, and so forth.
Well, Bud, the whole hook on this fight is we finally get you in a big one. And it gets us so excited because we know that under the hood, you got a lot more than you've already shown. And that's crazy to say because you've already shown, you know, pound for pound greatness. How much more is under there? Because only you know that, Terence.
A lot, a lot. And I believe I'm going to show that this Saturday.
Would you agree with the narratives that Porter is the perfect kind of opponent to make you have to show that?
Maybe we got to wait and see. You know, you never know what's going to happen in a fight. You know, that's why we fight the fight. But, you know, if he does, then that's good for me and good for y'all.
You've been so dominant that we have to really pick out tiny moments where somebody had any kind of success against you. It reminds me of when we used to do that with Floyd. We'd be like, oh, well, Corley hit him that one time and Judah got him that one time. And Mosley, when we're talking about that one time, it seems to be Mean Machine. When you look back on that knockdown, how do you sort of sum up what happened? Because we never see you in that kind of spot.
Well, he caught me with a good shot, and you see how I bounced back. I stepped right to him, and I got the stoppage.
In that moment, are you pissed off? Are you like, damn, that surprised me? What are you feeling?
Yeah, I was a little mad at myself, but you know, that's water under the bridge. You know, I moved on. You know, that fight is history.
All right. There's a theme that happens in your fights of late. You make a decision to go southpaw, and the fight is over. It's over soon after. I don't mean the knockout comes soon after, but you completely take over every aspect of the fight. So, how do you sort of navigate that in your head? Is it something the opponent does to trigger that in you, or
I
is it
don't know.
just
It's just instincts, I guess.
is that a strategy you believe could work against Shawn Porter?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. You know, Shawn Porter has been in the ring since a kid with southpaws, orthodox fighters. So there's nothing that he's going to be surprised about.
When you look at this matchup, X's and O's, what does Shawn Porter bring to the table that you have to prepare for?
Well, you know, I got to prepare for everything. You know, his speed, his movement, his aggressiveness, his wide shots. You know, his head button, the elbows. You know, a lot of things. You know, but that's why we practice and that's why we go to the gym and you know we prepare for the fighter that's in front of us.
You know, I framed a question to him that basically said, look, you know, you can box Terence Crawford, but if you try to fight him, it brings out a different kind of animal. And that's obviously a tribute, Bud, to the backbone you have. He said, look, that's might be the style strategy that's going to work best for me to get him into a fight. Is this a be careful what you wish for thing? Because I don't know. I don't really know if that's the best strategy for Shawn Porter.
Maybe we shall see.
Bud, short on words today. What are the emotions here?
I'm just ready, man. You know, I'm just ready. I can't say it enough. You know, I've just been counting down the days and the hours. You know, and I'm focused and I'm just ready to get in there and have fun.
I'm hoping this will be your first interview all day where no one mentions the name Errol Spence Jr. That's got to piss you off. When can we just talk about Shawn Porter, please?
Right.
I mean, can we get original here? Here's what I do want to ask you, though, and I think it's a big theme in this. You'll be a free agent after this fight. Does the results of this fight at all play into who and with you may sign with for your next one?
Not at all. You know, I'm not even thinking about that right now. A lot of people been hitting me with that question, but my main thing is stay focused and, you know, worry about the job at hand. And then after that, then we can revisit all them questions that everybody been asking me. But right now, I'm just locked in on Shawn Porter, and that's it.
You and Bob Arum did have a sort of public back and forth in the past year. It was a little surprising. Back then, I thought maybe this was the end. Would you say that all potential suitors or you'll be willing to hear their offer after this fight?
I don't think we had any back and forth. I think it was mainly one side. I don't think I even said anything back. You know, I just let everything be how it is.
But you would be willing to sit at the table across from Grandpa and talk about it?
Who knows? Like I said, you know, we're gonna sit down after this fight, and you know, we're gonna see what's best for Terence Crawford.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it's got to feel good at entering free agency here. You get to find out what your worth is, correct?
For sure.
Got to cash them checks, player, right? Maybe.
Oh yeah,
Okay. All
definitely.
right. Yeah. All
We
right.
definitely gonna do that.
You gave me that little silent look. I'm like, what happened right there? All right. When you look at this, Shawn Porter's a chameleon, and I say that as a compliment. He can play the MMA style and be, quasi dirty. He was very slick against Danny Garcia. Which version of him do you expect?
All of them. All of them. I expect them to do a little bit of everything.
When you look at everyone you could have faced or did face or didn't face, uh, do you have any names that you regret that it didn't happen? Like, I don't know how you didn't end up facing Manny Pacquiao all those years.
That's the only fight that, you know, I'm disappointed about. You know, that was the only fight that was promised to me ever since 2015 that I wasn't able to capture. And, you know, I was a little disappointed, you know, but there's nothing I can do now. And, you know, like I said, my career moves on and I'm here now. And me and Shawn Porter, this is one of the biggest fights in boxing right now.
Do you think he didn't want the smoke, or do you think it was financial or political?
I think it was more political. You know, I think as a fighter, you know, he'll fight anybody because he's been fighting anybody since coming over here, fighting Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales and those guys, and you know, even going up to fight Cotto and Margarito. So, by far, I don't think he was scared. I just think politics played a big factor in that fight, and you know, as well as money at the same time.
Uh, be real with me. When you found out the WBO had named Shawn the mandatory here and that there was a chance, I mean, was it like hallelujah? This is what I've been praying for, or are you really that slick and cool when you say you mean it? If I don't fight these guys, I don't fight these guys. It's not going to matter to me.
Oh no, my thing was when it happened, I was just like, okay, let's go. You know, I'm not going to turn down anything. I'm not going to back up. So when I got word of it, it was just like, let's go. My thing is, you know, why now? You know, that was my thought. When he had a belt, didn't nobody push for us to fight. Nobody was calling for us to fight. But now, you know, everybody pushing for us to fight, being that he gave Errol Spence the fight, you know, that he gave him. So, you know, I was cool with it and I'm still cool with it. And this is the reason why I said I'm gonna show everybody this weekend why I'm the best fighter in the world.
I liked at Tuesday's press conference when you had a little fun back and forth with the promoters and sort of reminded people what really happened the last few years. Do you believe that Al Haymon and the PBC tried to sort of wait you out, freeze you out, wait till you get old at all?
For sure, it's evident, you know, when looking at it, you know, they pushed for Shawn Porter to be my mandatory, but they didn't push for Errol Spence and me to fight. You know, being that Errol Spence is they cash cow and Shawn Porter is a fighter that, you know, fights anybody and doesn't care who he fight and where. So they just use Shawn Porter as a pawn. All right, let's put him up against Terence Crawford and see how he fare against Terence Crawford and see if that's the fight that we really want.
Well, the good news is we got this fight Saturday night. Can't wait for it. Do you have a prediction on the way out here when you touch gloves with Shawn Porter?
Oh, victory. Simple.
There it is. There it is. Bud's back. Can't wait to see it. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you.